As far as I know, the USA is the only country in the world that promotes queers. I don't know another one that does. I guess France might come pretty close to it, but not as far as we go. We'll put the thing in the law ground, man. All right. Verse 21, my son, fear thou the Lord and the king. Fear the Lord is good, and fear the king is good, for he represents the powers that be, and the powers that be are ordained of God. If it comes to a thing like the women, the midwife and that kind of thing, or the thing like Acts chapter 2 and 3 and 4, where the rabbi says, you're not speaking his name anymore, that's the authority to say, no more preaching that stuff. They went right ahead and did it. So they disobeyed that thing because they didn't, but it's because they feared God more than men. Peter says we'll obey God rather than men. So, when the axe falls, and it'll probably fall this year, I believe, I wouldn't give them another year, when it begins to fall, then you're going to get that place where you're going to see who you love the most and who you'll obey. And if you obey the Lord on some of those things, and you'll be disobeying the government. So you're going to hurt for it. Now, what they're doing right now, and when I say right now, I never hesitate, because I've got records that Brother Fort's kept over there in that bookstore for years, and I can take you back to tapes made in 1970, and 71, 72, 73, 74, where she's coming right through right now on the money. So I'm on the money now. But the thing to do now is to prove that if you say anything derogatory, like a racial slur or a sexual slur about your sexuality, that if you any of that, then you can come to your church a couple of queers, you can go right to the government and say they said this about us, they said that about us, and up shows your friend the IRS, who's been investigating conservative outfits in the last 2 or 3 months, donkey shade, and they'll come around and say no more of that, or we'll remove your tax-exempt status. So when you come to your church and put the money in the plate, you don't get credit for it. Why? Because the sodomites control your pocketbook. That's why, through the government. I've looked for that to happen in less than a year. Might take a little over a year. But all news medias work on that thing morning, noon, and night. You get a news media thing going and it says sex all the way through. All right. No reward to the evil man. The light put out. Fear God. Fear the king.